I am getting hooked up here on TikTok. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Sunday. I am live streaming both on my TikTok account and my YouTube channel. Today I was going to talk about the 4 C's of marketing, but I'm going to give people a chance to get on. If you are jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. I'd love to know why you're on social media. I do online marketing and making money from home, and I teach other people how to do the same thing. Good morning, Veer11. I'm assuming, what do people call you? Good morning, James. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Good morning, Kay Wam, if I'm saying that correctly. Good morning, Darren. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Good morning, TM R31. Good morning, Karen. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. I'd love to know why you're on social media. Good morning, Levon. Good morning, Godson. Is that what people call you? I'm not even going to try, if that's your last name, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. Good morning. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. I'd love to know, good morning, Messi, why you're on social media. I do online marketing, making money from home, and I teach other people how to do the same thing. And I've been live streaming here. Actually, it was a month yesterday, every day at 10 a.m. If you have a question that you're trying to answer, you can drop in the comments. If there's something you're trying to figure out how to do, I have done some training. Somebody asked me to do a training last week on social media marketing. I did one on email marketing. Because if you're using social media, if you're not using email marketing and sending people to a website where you can get their email address, you're going to have a hard time making any money. Most people do not buy on first touch. Good morning, Jackie. Good morning, Jay Ward. Good morning, Nexabiz. What do people call you? Good morning, David. Good morning, Christina. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. I'd love to know why you're on social media. Good morning, King of TikTok. What do people call you? Good morning, Terry. Good morning, Pancho. Good morning, Penny. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Good morning, That Mom 95. Good morning, Raul. Good morning, Irma. Good morning, Dorothy. Good morning, Eddie. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Good morning, Eileen. Today I was going to talk about, you can see the title, whether you're on my YouTube channel, my TikTok account, the 4 C's of marketing, and maybe you know that, maybe you don't. Good morning, Curtis. Good morning, Saved85. Good morning, Eileen. Good morning, user 404. What do people call you? Good morning, Amanda. Just saying good morning. Good morning, Nick. Good morning, Alan. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Love to know why you're on social media. I do online marketing, making money from home, and I teach other people how to do the same thing. And today I thought I'd talk about the 4 C's of marketing, because if you're using social media, it doesn't matter what the reason. If you've got a message, a mission, a company you're supporting, you got an offline or online business, there's over 5 billion people on social media that you can use it for free and get exposure. I've generated tens of thousands of free leads from platforms like TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. If you're jumping on, good morning, John. Good morning, Anna. Good morning, Kay. Good morning, Fruity. What do people call you? Good morning, B-Ben Bang. Beck, what do people call you? That can't be your name, because people just have different handle names, and that can't be what the name is on your birth certificate. What do people call you? If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Good morning, Cindy, but it's Sindy. I'm probably not saying that correctly. Good morning, Talvira. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. I live about 40 minutes outside the city of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, in the Northeast. I'm close to Washington, D.C. and New York. Good morning, Sunflower. Good morning. Ooh, I'm not even going to try that one. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Hi, Daphne. How are you? You're in Houston, that's right. My sister lives in Houston. Thank you. I have somebody else popping up here over on my YouTube channel. I am live streaming both on my YouTube channel and my TikTok account, telling me I'm a rock star. Thank you, Daphne. I don't know that I am, but thank you. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Daphne already let me know where she's coming in from, Houston. I am on TikTok. I can see people coming on and off. YouTube just shows me a number, so unless you comment, I'm not going to, if you're on my YouTube channel, I'm not going to know that you're there. But I thought this morning, I've been doing these here every day at 10 a.m. Eastern. I've been doing these actually for over a month. Thank you. And today I thought I'd talk about the 4 C's of marketing. I'd really appreciate whether you're on YouTube or my TikTok account to like this video. It would help my channel out. It would help my TikTok account. If you would do that, I'd really appreciate it. Good morning, Rebecca. Good morning, Fruity. What do people call you? Is that just your handle on TikTok? That can't be what people call you. And I had somebody last week ask me to do a training on social media marketing, and I talked about email marketing too, because if you're using social media, and it doesn't matter what the reason is you're using social media, you want to you're using social media, and you have to learn how to use it. And if you're not going to get, and there's over 5 billion people on social media. If you're trying to get a message out, you've got something you're promoting, you can get in front of a whole lot of people, and you can do it for free. Good morning, Laura. Good morning, Carter. Good morning, Eagle 212. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. I'd love to know why you're on social media. I do online marketing and making money from home, and I teach other people how to do the same thing. And actually, it'll be 14 years next month that I've been doing this. I got into this industry after I lost my job. I couldn't find another one. And I mean, the job market was horrible. People were getting over 1,500 applications for one position. I got like 3 interviews in a year. I did not get any positive offers, and I found myself drowning in $250,000 of debt. I was broke, unemployed, in foreclosure. I was being sued, and my one brother, who I adored, he passed away. In this industry, and the people you see making money, yeah, you can get this down. I'm following a blueprint, working 2 hours a day. You can get this down to 2 hours a day, but it is work. And anybody that you see making money, it's because they were coachable, they were consistent, they did the work. And when I say every day, I mean 7 days a week. If you're trying to build a following on a social media platform and you don't show up 7 days a week, you'll never get anybody to follow you. So, if you do something and you post videos 1 or 2 days and then you stop for a week, you're basically starting over again, because people want to know that you're going to show up. And if you don't show up, they'll just go find somebody who does show up every day. And I think most of the people I talk to, they're not consistent. I can look at their social media accounts and they're not posting every single day. I post 3 videos on my TikTok account every day, and then I take them and put them on my Instagram account. And you want to build an email list, because you don't own your social media accounts. You can lose them at any time. I've lost 10 TikTok accounts, one that I had over 200,000 people. I lost 3 Instagram accounts. Somebody hacked my one account. I had 2 other accounts. Instagram came back and suspended them, and then they did not rule in my favor. So both this TikTok account and the Instagram account, I started posting on them again last June, and I'm almost at 100,000 followers on TikTok, and I'm almost at 100,000 followers on Instagram. So I know what to do. I've mastered some skills, and it's the skills that you master that nobody can take away from you. So yeah, you can lose your social media accounts at any time. You post something that they don't like. Good morning, Lorena. Good morning, Nicole. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. So you want to send people to a capture page or a website where you can get their email address, and then get them on your email list so you can keep communicating with them. If you're just sending them to a website, a replicated website or a sales page, the issue is you only have one opportunity to talk to them. Most people have to see something a number of times before they make a buying decision. And some people need to see it more than a few times. And yeah, I do get some sales on first touch, but most people are not going to buy on first touch. They have to keep seeing something. And if you think about your own buying habits, you see something that you like, and you may look at it online, or you may have seen it in the store, and you may go back to the store and look at it again, or look at it online before you decide to buy something. And that's true of most people. Good morning, Julia. Good morning, CJ. Good morning, Heath. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. So if you're using social media and you're sending people just to a page, to look at something, a sales page, a replicated website, and you're not capturing their information, you're missing out, and you will struggle to get sales, because you want to get them on your email list. You want to be generating leads and nurturing those leads, and you do need a tool called an autoresponder. It's software where you have a capture page, and then you attach a set of emails. This is where the automation comes in, that those emails are going out for you automatically, so it's working for you 24/7. And if you're not doing that, you're missing out on the opportunity of talking to people more than once, and you're likely going to have to do that. And I had somebody who she got on my email list last October of 2024. I did talk to her a few times on TikTok, but she just bought something from me in July. So that's 10 months she was on my email list. You want to be generating leads from social media for free, sending them to a place where a website, a capture page where you can get their email address. Preferably, you want to be giving away something for free. It could be a PDF, it could be an ebook, it could be a free webinar training, that you're giving them something in exchange for their email address. I have a free PDF that outlines the blueprint I'm using. And they, after they opt in, there's two videos to watch. They can watch the videos. They get an email from me with a link to the PDF in the email that's theirs to keep. They can save it to their computer. But if you're not giving away something for free, it doesn't matter what you're doing. And if, say, your niche is weight loss, you want it to be congruent with what you're doing. If your niche is weight loss, then you could do a free PDF where you're giving, say, 5 tips how to lose weight without starving yourself. And that's congruent with what you're doing. If you're not doing that, it's really ideal to give something away for free. Good morning, Rodney. Good morning, Gary. Good morning, Vicky. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. I'd love to know why you're on social media. But if you're using social media, and there's over 5 billion people on social media, if you're not sending them to something that you can get their email address and get them on your email list so you can keep talking to them, you're missing out, and there's more sales you could be getting. And yeah, you could send somebody to a sales page, and I've seen this happen and get a sale. But that's not, most people have to see something multiple times. And today I put the topic on this, the 4 C's of marketing. You want to collect, where you're sending people to a website like that. Collect, capture, you're getting their email address, and get them on your email list. It's collect, capture, communicate. Thank you for the fan club. I appreciate that. Good morning, Tim. And then it's collect, capture, communicate, and then close them. And you will find if you're doing it correctly, you want to be sending them to a proven system like that. The first year I did this, I literally went to Google. I searched make money online. I bought a website. It was a replicated website they sent me a 3-page PDF showing me how to set up pay-per-click ads. I had no idea what I was doing. I was setting them up. I spent $3,000. I did that for a year. I didn't make any money. I was sending people to a replicated website. You don't know what you don't know. You don't want to do that. You don't want to send people to a sales page. I was not trying to build an email list. I didn't know that. I didn't have a mentor, and I didn't make any money. That's how I found out. I ended up on Facebook one night. I saw an ad that said make 100% commissions. I joined that company. That company's not around anymore. But if you're not doing that, you want to be sending people to a proven system where you can collect their email address. If you don't have a mentor, it's really hard. I mean, I did that for a whole year. I didn't make any money. I knew that after that, I needed to find somebody who had done what I wanted to do. Because success leaves clues. You want a model what's already proven to work. And if you're just sending people to something, page where they can get more information about, if you've got a cause you're promoting, you've got a message you're trying to give out, you're supporting a company, you have an offline or online business. If you're not doing that, it's really, thank you, Confidence. What do people call you, for liking my video? I really appreciate that. It helps my account out. I'd also, whether you're on my TikTok account or my YouTube channel, it helps both of those out. So thank you. Thank you again, because I've gotten like 3 messages that you like my video. Thank you. So if you're not doing that, and that's when I put on this, the 3 C's of marketing, collect, capture, communicate, close. If you're not doing that, because you want to be generating leads, and somebody has to become a lead before they're going to buy something from you, get them on your email list so you can keep communicating with them. And yeah, I do get some sales on first touch, but that's not typical. I'm following a proven blueprint, working 2 hours a day. I give out, I have a free PDF when you go to my website, and then you get an email from me. Yeah, there's some videos there you should watch. You'll get the email with the link with the PDF. You can download it and save it to your computer. It could be a PDF, it could be an ebook, it could be a free webinar training, that you're giving people out something for free in exchange for their email. And if you don't have a system, a proven system like that, where it's a website, a capture page, a landing page, a squeeze page, they're all the same thing, where there's a place on that they give you their email address, they get on your list so you can keep communicating with them. There'll be a video there. And then if whatever you have, I've got a PDF, or if it's an ebook, or it's a free webinar training, that's what you want to be sending it people to. If it's like a free webinar training, they can register for it. There's places that they give you different times you can sign up for and watch the webinar, different plays when you're your affiliate marketer. Yeah, and I've done network marketing, I've done affiliate marketing, I've done high ticket affiliate marketing, and I've been doing digital marketing for over the past year because it's 100% profit. The money comes right to me. And when I was doing network marketing and affiliate marketing, you're sharing the profits. If you're doing network marketing, you're not just sharing your profits with the company. The person that signed you makes a percentage. And if you're doing affiliate marketing or high ticket affiliate marketing, you're sharing a percent with the company. And most companies pay between 20 and 40%. There are a few that pay more than that, but I like making 100%. It comes direct to me, into my Stripe account, and I can withdraw up to $500 every day if I want to. And that money is immediately, like in 15 minutes, in my bank account, and I'm not sharing profits with anybody. And when I was still doing high ticket affiliate marketing, I had somebody come through my link. What they bought was $25,000, and I made 27% of that, which is $6,200, which that is great. I made that in a day. I woke up to that. And that's awesome. And that's more money than I made in a whole month when I was still working a job. But on that particular sale, over 18,000 went back to the company. It was my effort. It was all the same effort. And the company made way more on that than I did. And I just rather make 100% that it's coming to me. And then I can do, I'm using Stripe. There's plenty of merchant accounts out there that you can use. They all work. But that's why, and I've been doing digital marketing since that. And that I started doing that last year. And I prefer that over network marketing or affiliate marketing or high ticket affiliate marketing. I've done all of those. I've had some of my own products where I was also making 100%. That's what really kind of got me started on it, because I liked the 100% and it all coming to me. And if you're doing anything, affiliate marketing, high ticket affiliate marketing, network marketing, you're sharing the profits. And I'd rather, you still want to learn from me. Well, confidence, I do digital marketing. And if you want to take a look at what I'm doing, go to payudaily.com, or you're on my TikTok account. You can go up to my profile. There's a link in the profile, payudaily.com. You can go there. There's 2 videos I'd suggest you watch, and then you'll get an email from me that has the free PDF. And it's talking about I'm using, and everybody in our community, we're using a 2-hour workday that we lay that out for you. It's proven. My mentor now, in not quite 3 years, has made $7 million. And I believe by the time, today is August 17th, by the end of this year, so it's probably going to be at 7 or 8. So it works. We have over 50,000 people in our community. Many people are making money. We also have people in there that haven't done anything. If you don't do anything, you're not going to make any money. But we're following a blueprint and a process that works. And if you're coachable, consistent, you can do this too. And really, I think this business model, any of them, they're simple. I do believe that. Simple, but they're not easy. And simple and easy aren't the same thing. And most people that I see anyway, that I meet, and I've been doing this, it'll be 14 years next month, they're not consistent. And if you're not consistently out, I post 3 videos a day on my TikTok account. I post 3 videos a day on my Instagram account. And I've been doing that for, it'll be 14 years next month in September. If you're not consistent, you don't show up every day, and you're using social media, you're never going to get anyone to follow you. People want to know that you're going to show up, and that you're going to be there from one day to the next. And if you don't think people are watching you, I'm telling you they are. I used to think that, but people are watching you. And I had somebody who had been watching my videos for like 3 years. I met her at an event, and she told me that I didn't know who she was, because if you're on any of my content, you don't comment. And TikTok doesn't even keep these lives. Thank you, Confidence, for liking my video. I appreciate it. If you're not, they don't let you keep them. So anybody that's commenting on the lives, you can't see them. So like on YouTube, same thing with the lives. But if you comment on my videos, that's the only way I can know, if you liked it or not. You can't see that. And when I'm live streaming right now on YouTube, I can only see, now Daphne did comment, so I know she's there, but I can only see the number of people. I can't see who's on or who's off. TikTok, you see people jumping on, jumping off, and it scrolls. It goes pretty fast. So if there's a bunch of people, good morning, Carlos. Good morning, Tracy. Good morning, Eugenio. Good morning, Tracy. And actually, you're popping up more than once. Thank you for liking the video. I appreciate that. Yeah, so if you're trying to use social media, the consistency and the showing up daily, it's really important. Most people don't do that. They may show up for a day or two, then not come back for, and if you do that, it's like starting over again. And anybody that's looking at your stuff or, watching you, if you don't show up, what they'll do is they'll just go find somebody else who does show up. And it'd be like somebody has a physical store. If you have, your hours are, say, Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., and you decide on a Wednesday you don't want to open the store, so you don't, and then you have a customer that comes, and they come and you're supposed to be open, and they're looking, you're closed, they're going to go someplace else. I mean, it's the same thing online. People are going to know you're going to show up every single day. Now, I'm here every day. I've been doing these. Actually, it's over a month now, every day at 10 a.m. Eastern. And at this point, I'd say I probably have to either be dead or in a coma not to show up. Thank you, Tracy, for liking the live. Good morning, Level Up. What do people call you? I can't see this. Thank you, Tracy, for liking the live. I really appreciate it. They scroll on, if you've ever live streamed on YouTube, they scroll up and down your phone, the people coming on. And if somebody likes your video, that shows, but they move pretty quickly and people come on and off. Good morning, Travis. Good morning, user 9972. Thanks for jumping on. I'd love to know where you're coming in from. Why are you on social media? But TikTok, you can see that. On YouTube, I can just see a number of people that are on. And unless somebody comments, I don't know that they're there. If they comment while I'm still live streaming, or what's cool about, I am live streaming in two places. YouTube, when I'm done and I end the live stream, they automatically upload that to my YouTube channel. It becomes a piece of content. I don't need to do anything else. And it stays there unless I decide, and I don't know why I would delete it, but that's what's cool about YouTube. And I am using software that's allowing me to stream in two places at once. It's one live stream, but it's going in two places. And that's because of the technology today. Good morning, Mark. Good morning, Donna. Thank you again, Tracy, so much. And since you have daily pay next to your name, I'm going to assume you're in our community, the digital growth community, because now we have almost 55,000 people, and it's impossible to get to know every single person in there. Good morning, Mark. Good morning, Viper. Good morning, LN. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. I'd love to know why you're on social media. If you have a question, yeah, I figured you were, Tracy. Anybody, because my website's payudaily.com. Anybody that's got a website that, or your handle or whatever you're using is that. But thanks for jumping on. Yeah, we have almost close to 55,000 people now, and the community will be like 3 years old in November, which is extraordinary. That's a tribute to Michelle. And I've been doing this for a long time, and I've never seen anybody pour into her community like she does. And I've done a lot of things. I've been doing this for a long time. Actually, it'll be 14 years in September. I lost a lot of money when I started. And the first year I did this, I was saying that I went to Google, searched to make money online, bought a website, was doing pay-per-click ads, spent $3,000. I didn't make a dime. I didn't have a mentor. I didn't have a proven system. And I ended up on Facebook, and I lost probably about $40,000 when I started doing this. I mean, I had to make this work. I lost my job. I couldn't find another one. I was drowning in $250,000 of debt. I couldn't find a job. It was the worst job market ever. And I think if it wasn't for this industry, I'd probably be homeless. And I've spent my share of money, but I've also made it all back. I've spent over $100,000 to get around different people, to learn from them. Um, the PDF is free, Crystal. The program is not. Thank you for the fan club. So, I mean, that if you want to join the program, yeah, that's one. There's 4 different ways to come in, but the program's not free. The PDF is. You'll get an email from me with a link in the PDF. You can download the PDF. That's yours to keep. If you want to join the program, it's not free. There's 4 options: 100, 300, 600, 900. So if you haven't really watched the videos and gone down the page to understand the whole program, you can come in at any of those levels depending on what your goals and dreams are. And then there's a one-time $39 fee to build your website. But you decide which option's the best for you. I did the 900 because I wanted to make the most money with it. And for it gives you 4 options to make money. Your boyfriend is from Ghana, and you're from Canada, and he's okay. How did you guys meet? Boy, that's if you're in Canada and he's in Ghana. I'm unless you that be whatever that you were met in person or you met online, because I've met people from all over the world. I've met people that I talked to first on social media, and then was at a live event. And met them in person. I know. Oh, he's a student here. Okay. Unless you're, what was I going to say? I'm trying to talk to the people jumping on and saying stuff. So that's okay. So I've met people from all over the world. I have customers from all over the world, and what I do is global. Because there are some things out there that, depending on where you live, they're not available. But what I do, it's global. It doesn't matter where you live. You can do it from anywhere in the world. We have people in our community, and we're up to about 55,000 people from, South Africa, the United Kingdom, Australia, Sweden, Germany. I mean, from all over the world. So that's what's cool about it. And then you get to meet people in different countries. And I've talked to how many different people from different parts of the world. And then some of them I was able to meet them at a live event. And I haven't been to a live event in a while. I mean, I've done some virtual ones, but because of COVID, that really changed. And a lot of companies now are offering options to go to a live event. I know the first one I went to, and I was broke. I put that all on a credit card. That cost me $3,000. And for me, it's not a live event that's been life-changing. What's been life-changing for me in this industry is personal development. I mean, this industry really is personal development with a compensation plan. It's about you becoming more. It's about you becoming a better version of yourself. And this, whether you're doing network marketing, affiliate marketing, digital marketing, you got your own products or service, it is 95% mindset. And the head stuff, if you're not working on that, it's probably going to hold you back. And yeah, you need to learn marketing. And even if you would get really, really good at marketing and your head's not right, and if you're not listening, depending, you're the sum of the 5 people you hang out with. So if you're hanging around with 5 broke people, you'll be the 6th. And you may or may not have heard that, but that is true. You want to get around other people who have done what you wanted to do, so you can learn from them, and you want to fill your mind with good stuff. And a good thing you can listen to, you can go to YouTube and search The Strangest Secret by Earl Nightingale. And somebody, my friend Keisha, introduced me to that like over 7 years ago. I started listening to that every day for a year. Actually, every year. It's 30 minutes, a YouTube video. You can search that. You can pull it up on your phone. You can listen it to while you're driving, if you're fixing dinner, if you're doing laundry, whatever it is you're doing, you're walking, and listen to that. The video is about 30 minutes long, but the first time I listened to that, I thought that was so profound. So this really is 95% mindset. And you want to be doing stuff every day to fill your mind with good stuff. Because most of us, and I'm no exception, when we came into this industry, we had a broke mindset. So if you're saying you don't have the money, you're broke, you can't afford it, you just keep planting that in your head. You want to stop, because what you plant in your mind is what you get. And if you haven't heard The Strangest Secret by Earl Nightingale, it starts talking about that. You start listening to that. It's really good stuff. But if you keep saying that, that's all you're going to get. And learn, and I learned this from somebody else, actually Doug Fireball, learned to change my words. Instead of saying, I don't have the money, I can't afford it, say, if I needed $500, how can I come up with $500? And I can't tell you how many times I've done that. So what you're planning in your mind matters. And this really is 95% mindset. Yeah, you got to learn marketing. It's mindset and skill set. And Doug said that too. You have to master both. And I found that to be 100% true. Good morning, Armando. Good morning. Oh, that can't be your name. Invite something. Good morning, Shadrach. Burton, if I'm not saying that correctly, I apologize. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. I'd love to know why you're on social media. Good morning, Mactel. Good morning, Evie. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Why are you on social media? I'm here every day. I do these live streams at 10 a.m. Eastern. I've been doing these now for over a month every day. And I'm here every day. If somebody needs something, you got a question about online marketing using social media, I'd be glad to answer it if I can. If you're trying to figure something out, somebody out last week asked me to do a training on social media marketing, which I did. That I'd be glad to do a training if it's something I've done, I've made money with it and I've been successful. I can do that. I don't think it's ethical for me to train on something I don't know. So if I don't know, I can probably give you a resource. I had somebody the other day on YouTube that wanted me to do a video on CPA marketing. I know what it is. I know how it works, but I've never really done it or made money with it. So I don't think it's ethical. I did give him a couple of resources because if he's really serious and he wants to learn that, he can go buy a course. There's different platforms. They told him he can go search and find a course, buy the course, and learn from somebody who's an expert. Because if he's serious about wanting to do that, learning how to use that from somebody who's done it is what you want to do. You want to model what's already proven to work. Good morning, the one. What do people call you? Good morning. Is it Mimi or Mima? Good morning, P Doggy. Does that mean you're a dog lover? I realize some people, when they're creating their accounts, or some people don't even put their name on it. But when I set up my social media accounts, I want to use my name because I'm branding myself. And if you're doing something, whether it's your own product or service, or affiliate marketing, network marketing, digital marketing, you got your own product, you really want to brand yourself, unless you're doing something like a theme page, and that's a different thing. But I always suggest, and that's how I set up my social media accounts. I've got my name on it. I've branded myself. So people know that it's me and I'm a real person. Because with all the fake accounts on social media now, it's really hard. And Meta told me that fake accounts aren't against their social media their community guidelines, which I think is ridiculous. And I actually pay for my Instagram account. I'm verified. And that there is a cost to that maybe they should start charging people for social media accounts. And these people that are making, because there's tons and tons and tons of fake accounts. And if you get a message from me that it says my name on it, and the person's doing crypto or Forex or asking for money, I don't do any of those things. It's not me. Be careful. And if you go, and the way you can tell a fake account, go to look at the username. Usually, like mine on TikTok is the real Linda Bomba, and it's just the real Linda Bomba. And then TikTok, the other people, the fake ones, if you look really closely at it, there's something in the username that's not right. It's either there's an extra letter, there's a number, there's a symbol or something, because they steal your images. They've taken my videos and taken them off and posted them on the fake account that they're making. And that's how you can tell. Now I'm on Instagram, I'm verified. It's a lot harder to get verified on TikTok, and I do pay for that. So if it's a name with my account on Instagram and it's not verified, it's not me. But if you go and you look at the username really closely, there's something slightly different. There's an extra letter, a symbol, or a number, or something in there. And these people, I mean, I'll never message you and ask you for money. I don't do crypto. I don't do Forex. And if somebody's messaging you and it's my name on it, it's not me. And I understand from Meta that blocking accounts and reporting them does nothing. They're not going to, it's not like they take, every time, because I ask people to report it and I'm finding out it's worthless because Meta's not going to do anything. And that's Facebook and Instagram and, well, WhatsApp. I don't use WhatsApp. So be careful out there. I never message people asking people for money. And the only time I'd answer somebody is if you ask, you're messaging me for a freebie. Although if you want my freebie, you just have to go to payudaily.com and you'll get an email from me with a free PDF that outlines the blueprint we use. But I don't message people asking people for money or anything. So if you're getting messages from me, it's a fake account. I don't do crypto or Forex. And there's so many people, they're going and looking for people that have a following, and then they're creating fake accounts. And I know a lot of people wouldn't like that if they started charging you, but if they started charging people, all these people making fake accounts wouldn't do it because they're not going to spend money on that. But the fake accounts have kind of gotten out of hand. I could search on really any platform, especially Instagram or TikTok, and there's probably at least 10 fake accounts of me. They steal your images, they steal your videos. And if you go look really closely at the usernames, there's something that's slightly different about it. There's a misspelling with a letter. There's a number or a little symbol or something. And that's how you can tell that the account's fake. Thanks, Truth or Consequences, for the gift badger. I appreciate that. If you're jumping on, good morning, Queen Gammy. Let me know where you're coming in from. I'd love to know why you're on social media. I live about 40 minutes outside the city of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I'm close to New York and DC. I live in the Northeast on the East Coast. And there's people there's people from all over the world. And depending on what time it is, because right now it's about 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And depending where you are in the world, it's different times. And I'm involved with a company that's in Singapore, and they're about 12 hours ahead of us. So like it's 10:30 a.m. here, it's 10:30 at night in Singapore. So depending on where you're coming in, and if it's 10:30 at night, you might not want to be jumping on a social media platform like this. But I've been live streaming every day here. It's over a month now, and I'm here every day at 10 a.m. If you got a question, something I can help you with, you can drop in the comments. If there's something you're trying to figure out, I'd be glad to do a training. Somebody asked me to do one on social media marketing that I did last week. I was also talking about email marketing, because if you're using social media and you're not using email marketing and you're not sending people to something, a website, a capture page, a landing page, a squeeze page, and getting their email address, getting them on your email list, you need a tool called an autoresponder that you can keep emailing out to them. And then you have a series of emails that are set up attached to the website. So when people opt in, those emails are going out for you automatically. That's where the automation comes in. That's working for you 24/7. And that's how you see. And I've had this happen. I've woken up and made money while I was sleeping. I've made money while I was doing something else. That's where the automation comes in. And you can automate most of this. Like on my Instagram account, I'm using software. I never respond to the comments. The software does. Unfortunately, that software is in beta for TikTok. And if you live in the United States, they're not giving it out to anybody now. And I don't know. Good morning, Jose. Good morning, LD Fleming. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. They're not giving that out now because of the whole thing with TikTok and TikTok going away. TikTok did go dark for about 14 hours that was like January 19th. President Trump keeps signing these 90-day things. He signed another one in June, which that's up September 19th. So if you live in the US, we don't know what the fate is of Instagram. And there's nobody that I know of up to this point that's really raised their hand that they're interested in buying TikTok. And I would love to have that software on my TikTok account too, because you can really automate everything. And I've had one video that's been going viral over the last week that it's now like at 1.6 million views, and I've got almost 25,000 comments on it. I can't answer all the comments. because TikTok will only let you answer so many. And then they blocked me the one day, and I couldn't do anything for like 8 hours. Good morning, Angela. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. So that that would be one instance, because that video has gotten so much attention. If I had the software, because I've had to go manually and answer those, at least to the number that TikTok would let me. And I would love to have that software, but it's in beta for people who live in the US. And until this whole thing gets decided for sure, the fate of TikTok in the US, and I don't know how long. I mean, I don't know that if President Trump can keep writing these 90-day things, and if the company's ever going to change their mind, because they're losing out on a lot of business, because they're not letting, right now, as of today, people in the US getting access to it. They could be making a lot of money. I'm not sure what their reasoning is, that they just don't want to give people, people in the US who wanted access, and then TikTok goes away and they don't want to deal with it. I don't know. But you can automate most of this, and you can get this down to 2 hours a day. My mentor has done that, and she's made $7 million now in less than 2 years, in less than 3 years, doing what we're teaching. She hasn't paid a dime on paid advertising, because we show you the correct way to use social media and build your email list, and you don't have to pay a dime on paid advertising. I've done some paid advertising, and you can spend a lot of money and not get any return on it. Paid advertising works, but like if you're doing Facebook ads and you don't know what you're doing, because they're a skill and there's a lot of moving parts with the Facebook ad. If you don't have everything right, you may not get any. You may get leads, no sales. You may get nothing. And you can hire somebody to do that. I know somebody who charges $3,000 an hour, and people will pay him that much. And then you've got to pay for the ad. And even if you put $10 a day on it, it's the reach you're going to get. It's not going to be that much. $10 a day, that's $300 a month for how many months you do that. That works totally. But we teach you how to get free leads. I mean, I've generated over 10,000 leads in the last year with the funnel that I have, using social media for free. So if you know the correct way to use it, you can send people to anything. And it doesn't really matter what you're doing, whether you have a message you're trying to get out, a mission, a company you're supporting, a cause, you got an offline or online business, and you're using social media to get exposure. There's over 5 billion people on social media that you can potentially talk to. But if you're just posting stuff on TikTok or Instagram or YouTube or whatever platform you're on, and you're not sending people to something where, like a capture page, a landing page, a squeeze page, where you can get their email address and get them on your list, because an email list is your asset. You own it, you control it. You may have heard the money's in the list. That's true. You don't own your social media accounts. You can lose them at any time. I've lost 10 TikTok accounts, one that I had over 200,000 followers. I lost 3 Instagram accounts. Somebody hacked my one. I had 2 others. Instagram suspended those, and then they didn't rule in my favor. So both my TikTok and my Instagram account, I had to start all over again from zero. I started posting on both of them last June, and now I'm close to 100,000 on each account, on TikTok and then my Instagram account. So I know what to do. It's the skills you master that nobody can ever take away from you. But you can lose your social media accounts. You don't own them. You don't control them. You can lose them at any time. You can post something and they don't like it, and that's it. Your account's gone. And sometimes you can appeal them and get them back, but that doesn't always work. So it doesn't matter what platform, social media platform you're on. That's great that you're using it, and you can get yourself in front of, potentially 5 billion people for free, and you want to be generating leads, getting them on your email list, and then nurturing them. I had somebody who got on my email list last October of 2024. I did talk to her a few times on TikTok, and she bought something from me in July. That's 10 months she was on my email list. You want to be generating leads and then nurturing them, because I do get sales on first touch. Most people are not going to buy on first touch. They're going to have to see something, at least a couple times. If you look at your own buying habits, how many times do you look at something? And you may have seen it in a store, you may have seen it online. You go back, you saw it in a store, and then you go look at it online. And you go back and keep looking at it over how many times before you make a buying decision. That is true. You can get sales on first sight. I do get sales on first sight, but most people are going to have to see something multiple times before they buy. And you want to get them on that your email list so you can keep communicating with them. If you're just sending them to a sales page, a replicated website, or just a page with information, and you have no way of capturing them, you want to get a website and have that attached. And there's a tool called an autoresponder to a series of emails that go out automatically for you. That's where the automation comes in. That's working 24/7 for you. So that's how, when you see people, and I've done this, making money while they were sleeping, making money while they're doing something else, you can basically automate this thing and have it running for you 24/7. But if you've never done that before, or you don't know how to do that, and you don't know how to use social media, you're probably not going to make any money. Because you're not, and I did that for a whole year, and I spent $3,000 on pay-per-click ads. I didn't have a mentor. I didn't have a proven system. The training I had was a 3-page PDF. I didn't have anybody to ask. You can't do this by yourself. You want a model what's already proven to work. And I knew I needed to get around somebody who had done what I wanted to do. And I ended up on Facebook one night, and I saw this ad for make 100% commissions. I joined that company. That company's not around anymore. But that had, and those are companies you join, you have to pay money, you join, you get training, you get mentorship. The person you signed up with can mentor you. They may give you a way that you can communicate with them, whether it's email, or they put a group together that you can join the group. And then if you need help, you can ask questions. But you can't do this by yourself. I spent a whole year without a mentor. I didn't have a proven system. I was sending traffic to a replicated website. I didn't make any money. I spent $3,000 on pay-per-click ads, and I decided after a year, and I could save you a bunch of time right there if you're trying. And there's a bunch of people. Yeah, there's plenty of affiliate programs you can join for free. Like 80% of companies in the world have an affiliate program. You can join them for free. They'll pay you 1 to 5%. I make 100% profit. For me to do that, it's not worth it to make 1 to 5%. Even if you wanted to make $500 a month, you're going to have to get hundreds of sales to make $500 a month. If I get 10 sales a month, I average 900 per sale. That's $9,000. It's a lot easier to get 10 sales than it is to get hundreds. And a lot of you, and I did a video that some of you are on my TikTok account because of that, or watching this live, it's got 1.6 million views now, talking about Adidas's affiliate program. Yeah, it's free. You can join for free. And I tell you in the video exactly how to go get a link. They'll give you an affiliate link that's cookie to you. If somebody goes through your link and buys, you earn a commission. They only pay 1 to 5%. There's no training. There's no mentorship. You're sending people just to a page. And I was talking about that. You're not going to be able to capture their email address. So if they go off the page, that's it. You can't keep talking to them. And most people are not going to buy on first touch. Could you get some sales? Yeah. But to me, that to make 1 to 5%, it's not worth it. And I did network marketing and affiliate marketing for a long time, where I was making a percentage. And I had a sale I was sharing. I was doing high ticket affiliate marketing. What the person bought was $25,000. They came through my link. I made $6,200. It's 27%. That's great. I made that in a day. I woke up to that. That is more money than I made in a month when I was working a job. But over 18,000 went to the company. It was all my effort. It was the same amount of effort. And when I started getting some of my own products, making 100%, I really liked that. And I joined a digital marketing program where it's 100%. It comes to me. I don't have to make the product. I don't have to do customer service. It's digital, so there's no shipping. With your own products, you do have to do customer service and all that, and troubleshoot if there's something that comes up. But I like making 100% profit. Good morning, Vernita. Thanks for jumping on. I like making 100% profit. It comes direct to me. It's in my Stripe account. Stripe lets me withdraw up to $500 every day if I want. And that money, it takes, I'm not kidding, 15 minutes to hit my bank account. And if you're doing affiliate marketing, high ticket affiliate marketing, network marketing, the money goes to the company. They give you a pay schedule, so they're going to hold it. And if there's a 30-day refund policy, you're not going to see that money for at least 30 days. I've been involved with some companies that if the commission was more than 500, they hold it for 60 or 90 days. So you just can't, get the money whenever you want. There's very few affiliate programs that you can make the money immediately, or they just give you free will that you can withdraw a certain amount at any time. There's not many like that. Well, actually, KMB, if you're in digital marketing, um, did you buy a program or get some coaching? I mean, if you're trying to wing it, because if you join a program, in the program I'm in, we teach you how to use social media correctly and how to build your email list. Are you just saying, I mean, have you bought a digital marketing product that you have the resale rights and they give you training? Because most of them, they should, well, there's a ton of training in there. That's the same program I'm in, KMB. You need to go through all the training, get set up, and there's live trainings every week. If you're in school, go to the calendar. My mentor does a live training every week, and then she breaks people out into smaller groups on Zoom. If you're not going through the training, because it'll teach you the correct way to use social media and build your email list, and you need to have your system set up. If you haven't done that, you need to go through the training in the back office and get set up, because you don't want to just wing it. If you're trying to wing something, you're probably not going to make any money. There are some skills involved with this. And there's we've got almost 55,000 people in our group now. Many people are making money. I'm not the only person that we just went through the training and implemented it. And if you're not doing that, you invested in a program like that. I would encourage you to do that. And whoever you signed up with, if you need some help, I would suggest you go to that person. They should be helping you. Or you can go in school and ask questions. If there's tons of people in there that would be willing to help you. Yeah. Well, why did you just give up? When did you join? I didn't make a dime the first year I did this. I ran, and after 5 years, I started making a little bit of money. It took me 6 years to have my first four-figure day. It took me 7 to have my first five-figure month. And I didn't quit. And for me personally, I had to make this work. So quitting wasn't an answer. Not doing it's an answer. And if you buy something, and there's a lot of people, I've been doing this for a long time. It'll be 14 years next month. I see a lot of people, and I've seen people spend tens of thousands of dollars and they do nothing. I find it fascinating why anybody, your mentor got ghosted. Well, there's plenty of training in the group. You can go in. There's live trainings. Go look at the calendar. Michelle does one every week. It's usually on Tuesday. It's interactive. So you're not just going to be sitting listening to her. She does break us out into groups of smaller groups of, 2, 3, 4, 5 people. And I have seen her stay on when there's hundreds of people in that till the end, answering people's questions. I've joined stuff that the person I signed with, it's not around, never heard from them, and was basically on my own. Yeah, they should be helping you, but that doesn't always happen. And if you've tried to contact them and they haven't answered you, well, if your mentor got ghosted and they're still doing it, they should still help you. I mean, I've gotten ghosted how many times? And most people, truthfully, that come into this, they're not serious. I mean, I had to make this work. I was broke, unemployed, in foreclosure, drowning in $250,000 of debt. At one point, I pissed everyone off. Some people are still pissed off at me. Didn't have any money. I was cutting mold out of food, hoping I wasn't getting sick. And I'm glad I'm not in a situation anymore. And my pain has always pushed me. Now I'm dealing with 2 cancer diagnoses. I don't want to burden anyone. I want to be able to stay in my house, and that costs money. So my pain has always pushed me. Dr. Michael Beckwith said, pain will push you until your vision pulls you. And I found that to be 100% true. And most people have trouble coming into this industry being consistent. I can go look at their social media account and say you're not consistent. And if you're having trouble being consistent, then you need to dig deeper about why you're doing this. And my pain always has pushed me, and it sucks. I mean, I know what it's like to be broke. I mean, I'm struggling to keep $1 in my bank account so they wouldn't close it. It sucks. Thank you, KMB. It sucks, but I mean, this industry it's a chance for you to get out of that. I mean, and being broke is not fun, and it's your birthright to be wealthy. It's my birthright to be wealthy. God didn't want anybody to be broken in poverty, and yet most people are. And if you don't work on your mindset, because you can't, if you're not grateful for what you have, you can't have more come to you. and you might be in a really bad situation. And I was close to being homeless, and because of this industry and because of digital marketing, I didn't lose my house. And in fact, I'm sitting in my house right now. Um, I didn't lose my house. I lost a lot of other stuff, but if it wasn't for this industry, because I couldn't find a job, I needed a way. I needed to find a way to replace the income from the job. Again, it's a really good program. I mean, and I've been doing this for a long time, and I've never seen anybody pour into people like she does. And she's very humble, despite her success, because she's made about $7 million in less than 3 years. Um, it's her program. I mean, it's her product. And she took off a business model she learned, and she actually enhanced it a lot, with the 100% coming to you, because there are some other programs out there like that, but they don't do interactive trainings like she does. There's trainings throughout the week. If you need tech help, there's trainings throughout the week. You can get on Zoom, and ask for help if you're having trouble getting set up. I mean, they do the website for you. That's a one-time $39 fee, but your funnel with your website and the emails and all that attached, either you do that yourself and there's training in there and you can ask for help, or there is a done for you service. I did that because I didn't want to do it. It was $150. They set my funnel up for me and attached it to my merchant account. So if you don't want to do it, you can pay somebody else. But I've made a lot of funnels since I've been doing this. So I know what to do. I just didn't feel like doing it, and I had the money, so I did. Um, but you need to get hooked up, and the website, you want to pay them the $39 and have them do it, because if you've never built a website, that may take you like how long, and then you need software. Good morning, Mikkel. Good morning, user 3749. I'm not reading that whole number. What do people call you? Good morning, Sassy. I'm not going to say the rest of that. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. And I was just talking about, there was somebody on here that's in the same program I am, but he hasn't gone through the training. If you've bought into a program and there's training there, you need to go through the training and implement it. The people that you see making money, it's because they were coachable, they were consistent, they went through the training, they implemented what they learned, they put the work in. Yeah, you can get this down to 2 hours a day. But in the beginning, while you're learning, it may take you longer, until you get into, routine, and you learn how to. If you've never created videos, you've never used social media, we show you the correct way to use social media and build an email list, because I was saying that earlier. If you're using social media, yeah, there's over 5 billion people on social media. You can get in front of a lot of people. You can get a ton of exposure for whatever you're doing. But if you're not sending people to something, where you can capture their email address, and get them on your email list, and you can keep communicating with them. Because I spent the whole first year I got into this, I didn't know anyone. I literally went to Google. I bought a website. They sent me a 3-page PDF showing me how to set up pay-per-click ads, which I did. It was a replicated website, which you never want to send traffic to. I spent $3,000 on pay-per-click ads. I didn't make a dime. I did that for a year, and then I realized I needed to get around someone, who has done what I wanted to do, to learn from them, because you need a mentor. I didn't have a mentor. I didn't have proper training. I didn't have a proven system, and I didn't make any money the first year I did that. And $3,000 isn't anything to sneeze at, and I got no return on that money. So if you're trying to do this yourself, it's very hard, and you don't want to send traffic. Now I have a free PDF that outlines following a blueprint, working 2 hours a day. You can go to payudaily.com, watch the videos. You'll get an email from me with a link with the PDF. You can download that. That's free. That's yours to keep. The PDF is free. The program is not. If you want to work off the PDF, but you're just following what the PDF is showing you. If you don't have a system set up, and then you don't have any mentorship, it gets really difficult. Thank you, Koala, for the number 3 gift badger. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Look, I'm here every day at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you have a question, drop it in the comments. If you have something you're trying to figure out, and I've done it, I'd be glad to do a training on this. Somebody asked me last week to do one on social media marketing. Drop it in the comments. Or send me an email to lindabomba@payudaily.com. If it's something I've done, I'd be glad to do a training. I don't think it's ethical to teach or train on something that you haven't done. But if I haven't done it, I probably can give you a resource or something if you're trying to figure it out. I just don't think if it's something that I haven't personally done and made money with it, that it's ethical to teach on something, because I think you need to have done it and gotten some results and made some money with it. I don't think that's ethical. So I'm over an hour now. So unless somebody has, if you got a question, drop it now in the comments. Otherwise, I'm going to end this like in probably the next minute or so. I am here every day at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on these live streams. So if you've got questions, bring them. I appreciate you coming on, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.